Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadguru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, who is the destroyer of the demon Kamsa and Chanura. Devaki, the darling of Mother Devaki, and that Lord who is the source of joy of everyone, the Lord of the universe. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we have just last chapter, second chapter, book number 1, we have finished. And what we learned from that, it has been mentioned why Bhagavan Krishna or this Vasudeva we are talking about, why he should be the object of worship. There are so many in Hindu system, so many gods, so many goddesses. So why we should go to worship Krishna? That was expressed and explained in the verse number of the second chapter, which we read the other day, verse number 23rd verse to 34th verse. What did he learn? Because the Brahman manifests through this Yoga Maya, that this manifests himself as a world, as also the redeemer of the world. World and the redeemer of the world, they are coming out of the Yoga Shakti. It's called the Yoga Maya of Brahman. Yoga Maya. So there are 3 gunas in the Maya Shakti. They are taking the same idea. There are Sattva quality, Rajas quality, and Tamas quality of the Maya. With that power, he is manifesting himself. And that power, he comes as a redeemer also. So as a result, there is a Saktika manifestation, Rajasa manifestation, Tamasa manifestation. And the people who are of Tamasa nature, they will worship the Tamasa manifestation. Those who have Rajasa nature, they will like the Rajasa gods and goddesses. Those who are Saktika, they will love Saktika manifestation. Krishna is the Saktika manifestation because Yoga Maya's Saktika power has been the purpose of this manifestation. Others, as you say, people worship so many other violent types of gods and goddesses, no? To get power and taste is different, no? So, suppose we worship Ramakrishna, a pure serene Ramakrishna, no even not pomp and grandeur of life, wealth, prosperity, golds, jewelry, this, that, garden. Nothing is there. Man is simply a naked person as is there with a half naked dress. It's a manifestation of Saktika manifestation, super Saktika. Who will like this? Only the special people of Saktika mind will like this type of God to worship. Others will tend more to the Rajasika nature, like Mother Durga is Saktika manifestation. No, more of Rajasa manifestation because she has to kill the Asura. But Saktika is there. See the serene face, how peaceful, how joyful. That's the divine manifestation. But this manifestation is more of Rajasa compared to the manifestation like the Ramakrishna. It's Saktika. There is nothing pomp and glory and grandeur. So if we see mother like that with 10 arms and weapons and with a face, our awe and reverence naturally comes like that, no? But Sattika, Ramakrishna, many people will not be attracted to that. Rather, they will go for where there is a manifestation of miraculous power, and then they can bring wealth, prosperity. So this is the different type of mind accordingly people worship different gods. And in the Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned. Those who are of one nature, they worship one type of god. As we give the example, suppose there are Hindu gods and goddesses many. Suppose someone wants this worship of the COVID virus, how to kill that? There is one god, is called the key god. What is the god? Ma Sitala. Sitala. One aspect of the Divine Mother is called Ma Sitala. She destroys this pox, smallpox, and other things. In Hinduism, there are so many, every division is there. So we go, and I heard that last time, the whole Calcutta people, they are worshipping Shitala, Mother Shitala, everywhere, every home, to please the mother. But they could not think that Ramakrishna can do that. Yeah? Why to go to Mother Shitala? But that is the particular manifestation through which that particular purpose was served, God's power. So that's the type of thing. So these verses from 23 to 34, we read that it is the Saktika. Like we read that all the elements like earth, wood, smoke, fire, they are all produced one and the same substance and are progressively closer to Vedic sacrifices for their performance. Fire being the immediate condition required for their performance. So, also Rajas is closer to the attainment of Brahman than Tamas, and Sattva is then Rajas, for it is Sattva quality that reveals Brahman. So, also Mahavishnu, having Sattva for his adjunct in his divine manifestation, is directly concerned with the salvation of man. So those who want immediate liberation, they don't want to go to worship Krishna with pomp and power. You see, who were real devotees? The gopis. That's why the gopis, when they went to see Krishna and saw Krishna in the royal dress and sitting in the throne, then the gopis are talking to whom we came to see. Who is Krishna? But Krishna is covered with the glorious side. So they are thinking, is it our loving Krishna whom we played with and we has so much of joy and fun? That is the point. They could not bear with the king Mathura Krishna, Mathuradhipati, the Lord of Mathura, the King Krishna, with pomp and power, army on the right and left, guarding the body, this, that. But they know Krishna who is to play with them and then give them the tremendous spiritual joy, the Saktika manifestation. So Radharani is a Saktika manifestation. There is no Oishwarja. Oishwarja means the glorious side, the power side. Simple, the purity of love. That was the major thing. So gopis will love Krishna, who is full of love and manifestation of Saktika quality. There is no bargain of money, wealth, power, position. Is a killer of Kamsa. No, they don't love that Krishna. They love this Krishna. So this is the Saktika loves the Saktika. So that's why they are tuned to God consciousness and they attain to the perfect union with the divine. So that is the Saktika manifestation. The aspirants of the salvation, therefore, avoid the terrific element deities and adore only the gentle and pleasing manifestations of Narayana. God's manifestation, only those who want vision, experience, they don't go for this. Because they want what? They want their power to come back. No? They will be respected in the world as kings, as as a person whom everyone should look at awe and reference, name, fame, power, position. But here is no expectation, only Anaishwarya. Ramakrishna is said in one side, Anashwarjar Lila. Ramakrishna's life is like a divine play of no Aishwarya, no pomp and glory. It is pure love, pure Saktika quality, as if everyone will fall in love to give love to him. So that is the beauty called Sakti. So in this way, these verses proved that this Krishna who was born, he was the manifestation of the same Shakti by his Shakti, Yogamaya Shakti power, as this divine, as a Saktika manifestation. And as it was Saktika manifestation, go sit in the back so that I can see the face. Little distance, distance. Another line, making little separate. So that was the Mahavishnu manifesting for the good of humanity. Now, third verse. Atha Tritiya Adhyaya. Now, here who is again saying? The Sutta. Who is the Sutta again? Remember the Sutta? What? Who is Sutta? The narrator. The narrator. So narrator, what is the Ugra Savasa or what something name? Now, Sutta said, Jagrihe Purusham Rupam Bhagavan Mohadadivihi Sambhutam Surasakala Adu Loko Sisrikshaya. He says, the destroying desirous of creating the universe. He thought that we'll create the universe. Who? God. God, Lord, he wanted to create this world. So, who is thinking that? It is the omnipotent and omniscient Lord, the Lord who is everywhere and who hears everything. He is the knower of everything and he is everywhere. That's the Brahman idea. He is the Lord. He thought, I'll create. So, desirous of creating the universe, the omnipotent and omniscient Lord assumed by his creative will, he created by his own wish. He said, I will create the universe. So he created himself, the cosmic form, that is the Virata form. Virata form is the form we see, the sun, moon, stars, this earth, birds, animals, humans, subhumans, trees. So whatever it is, he created himself. Formed the 16 creative categories. 15, 16 creative categories means he created himself in the range of Mahat Tattva and the Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy says Purusha plus Prakriti. Purusha plus Prakriti. Prakriti's first manifestation is Mahat Tattva, Buddhi, intelligence. I understand that one. So Mahat Tattva, then comes the sense organs, 3 times 5 organs of senses, 5 organs of action, and 5 material things. This earth, air, fire, water, fire, etc. So this is the 3 into 5, 15, and buddhi, with the idea of A. That is the Mahatattva. So he says, the Lord assumed his creative will. By his assuming the creative will, the cosmic form Virata formed the 16 creative categories like Mahatattva, cosmic mind, Ahankara, ego, and etc. From him who manifests himself thus, immersed his yogic slumber and resting in causal water originated by Brahman, the de-merging and creator, seated on the lotus springing from his navel. It is in Mahavishnu form, lying down in the ocean, and the big snake is there, and there from his navel the Lord Brahma is created. It is in the limbs of the cosmic form of the Lord, which is pure and powerful because of being formed of pure sattva quality without the least stain of rajas and tamas. That the 14 lokas or spheres are located. So he in planes. So God's creation is infinite. He wishes it happen. huh? That happens who are powerful people in the world. They wish something and it happens. No, that because they have their just if the president of say not president, a powerful person, say village chief says there will be a road here, there will be a road. No, yeah, a powerful person in a state chief minister says, okay, this will be done. That is done. But the other person, it is difficult to collect fund and this and that, but he is the master. So that person will have the power. So similarly, God of the universe, he said, I will manifest myself, I will create myself. And he created. And he created by his here Saktika manifestation. That and also the planes where the Saktika manifested world, people will live in which plane.
So the first manifestation is Saktika, the first manifestation.
Three manifestation, our scriptures say simultaneous. But here they are emphasizing about Krishna.
Oh.
So that is the Saktika manifestation. And then Mahavishnu, the Lord, he created Brahma. So Mahavishnu is the Lord. His wish was to create, and Brahma came out, and Brahma created all these 14 loaves and other things. Sages with spiritual vision perceive that form of the Lord. Those who have little pure heart, they could perceive this God's power, that this whole universe is Mahavishnu has created this striking wonder with its countless legs, thighs, hands, faces, hairs, ears, eyes, and noses, as also by its limitless decorations like diadems, silken robes, earrings, and other ornaments. Thus, he created all these ornaments, all these glamorous, glorious things. This Purusha avatar, this avatar incarnation, as manifested, is called Purusha avatar, is the source of numerous incarnations. From that came all the incarnations afterwards. It's a Puranic idea of creation. As the creation goes, so God comes to help them in that particular state of mind. So it is a human civilization, as it were. These avatars, in Hinduism, there are not one avatar, incarnation. Incarnations are asankhya, infinite, countless. So they are talking about some Purusha avatar. Purusha avatar means God when descended as a conscious reality and they for the good of the world at different times and took different names. This Purusha avatar is the source of numerous incarnations. From them came many incarnations as also the center of their withdrawal. And also they came back to Mahavishnu, came out from the Vishnu. That is the idea. Hindu idea is not creation is done go slowly. In the creation period, there will be evolution, but creation came at a time. It is whenever Mahavishnu thought creation came. All the manifestation came simultaneously. But in the when it is creation period, in that period there is a successive development. Animal, then to what you call the human to other development. The progressive, as a baby progresses to become an adult, so the creation also progresses. So he says, this verse number 5 says, Nana avataranang nidhanam bijamabhayam. This Purusha avatar is the source of numerous nana varied incarnations, as also the center of their withdrawal. Also, by parts, they call Marishi and other Prajapatis of the part Brahma of him, that all the devas, men, subhuman creatures have been created. So, Shankaracharya says, De Morichadin Srishtva, Sacha Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, who is Ajo Pishannabhyatma, who cannot be born, he is infinite. How can he be limited by his own magical power of Maya? Sahasrishtra, Sayang Srishtra, creating himself. They create Morichadin, Morichi and other powerful manifestations. He created them, like Brahma, etc. And then they created the whole universe. Well, he is a big guy. He need not have to come to do anything. He will be like, okay, I want this. Bas. The whole world will start functioning and working like that. So, fifth verse says that Purusha Avataro, that is Jasya Angsha Sijjante Deva Tirjo Naradaya. Devata, gods were created. Tirja means center with it is also a part, main subhuman Tirja, and Devas mean gods. So, in this way, gods, Devas, humans, subhumans, everything are created. Now, there are 23 Lila avatar. And in a Puranic story, there are 23 aspects of 23 times in the history of one creation, the avatars come. Avatars don't come every day. They're big guys. They come and set the disorder, and make it set. And then give a boosting to the human society. And then they carry their values and other things for some time, and again dharma declines, and righteousness declines. And then again it's too much down. Now he comes again, be born and give a push. So that is the way the avatars come again and again. And Bhagavat says that there are 23 Leela avatars. Avatar is called Leela avatar. Leela means sports. God sports in the human body. That's why he call avatar. So what it says, sixth verse. These are we'll read it because we don't know much. And this Puranic realities, those who are experts, they can go into it. Our point is, no, God incarnates many times. That's enough for us. And if you want to read more, there are big books. This chapter can be this many pages. All who are these avatars, what are their qualities. We will not be very much. We do not know all these things. We have to again bring into our understanding and then listen, cogitate, contemplate, and find the meaning. So we'll read it just to know what the Bhagavat says. The 23 Lila avatars, verse 6 says, Swaiva Prathamam Devo Kaumarang Sargamastitaha Chacharo Duscharam Brahma Brahmacharjam Akhanditam. Akhanditam Brahmacharjam. So 6th verse says, in the creation cycle, that is called the Kaumara, he means the Lord of the universe, incarnated as Sanaka. That's why he called God created Sanakadin, Sanaka, Sanandan, Sanat Kumara. 4 Rishi Kumaras are created. So incarnated as Sanaka. He created means he became. Here is the point. Here is the Vedanta is given from the very beginning in Puranic story also. He created means creation always is something separate, creator is something separate. No? A man prepares a food, cooking. The cook material is different and the cook is different. So two things are different. But it is not like that. So what is it? Incarnated as Sanaka and other Kumaras. Sanaka, Sanatan, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar. So these are the four Rishi Kumar. First God created. And created means he manifested as them. And practiced the difficult disciplines on unbroken brahmacharya. They, being that, they started practicing serious, because they are very pure soul. What they will do? Sukha Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, Sanatana. These are the four Rishi Kumaras. And they are the first creator created from Brahma. So they are so pure, they have nothing to do with the world. And then God says, I want to create. And they are brahmachari. How the creation will continue? So they created Morichi, etc., others, who, that's why Pravitti Marga Nivitta, Shankara's introduction, now I understand more. If we read this, Shankara's first line talks about this one. He created himself, Sanakad in Srishtva. I could have brought that Shankara's commentary. Okay, next day I'll do that to understand how it manages the Vedantic understanding. The same. So Kumara and others, he incarnated as. He not created. This mind the word. Created means I am something, I am creating something else. Creator is different, created is different. But he incarnated, like the Bhagavatam is saying. He became, or he, then Vedanta says he appeared. No? That's the only difference of language. But what is same? Saivo Prathamam Deva. Saevo, he himself. Eva, surely the first God, first effulgent being, the name is Kumaram, Kumara, and four other Rishi Kumars. Sargamastita, they lived in the very high level of mind in a Swarga, heaven. And Sargamastita, Chachara Duscharam, Brahmacharya Mahanditam. Chachara Duscharam is very, very severe austerity they started by leading a celibate life, discipline, unbroken brahmacharya. Then what happened? Then Ditiyam to show, that is the first incarnation. So God thought my purpose is gone. They are all brahmacharis. I created four. They will help me in progeny, but they are now not interested in it. So then Ditiyam, the next, Ditiyam tu Mahabhavayasya Bhavayasya Rasa Talagatam Mahim Uddho Vishnu Nupadattam Jaggesha Sukarang Bapu. He, the Lord of sacrifice, manifested himself as the cosmic boar. I said, Dasavatara, that's a boar form, in order to lift the earth that had been hidden in the Rasatala. Rasatala, there are different places down that level. No? Hindus believe 4, 7 up, heavenly abode, 7 downward level. And Prithvi, the earth, is the middle standard. So Bhu, Bhuva, Sa, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satta. These are the 7 upward regions. And demonic world, down. Tala, Atala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala. So down. Those were negative manifestation. These are purer manifestation, Saktika Manifestation. So the Lord of sacrifice manifested himself, the cosmic boar. Why? In order to lift the earth that had been hidden in the Rasatala. This earth was hidden, so he, by strong, pushed it to up in the level.
Lift what?
Huh?
Lift what?
Lift the earth. This earth. It was hidden in the Rasatala. Mane down the creation, 14 plane, it was most down. So the avatar came to lift that whole earth. You can imagine, to lift the humankind. You can make it a modern explanation like that. So he reincarnated in that. In the Rishi Sarga, third, in the Rishi Sarga, he appeared as Devarsi Narada and preached the devotional doctrine of the Pancha-ratra, which lifts man from the bondage of karma. So that is the 8 parts. Tritiyam Rishi Sargam cha Devarsi tam upetasa tantram sattatama chasta naiskarmyam karmana jata. So the third development, first was Rishi Kumaras, second was the sanctifying manifestation of the boar, God in the form of a boar, and he with his what you call the hood, pull the earth from the down level of what hell world, from there he lifted. Third was Tritiyam Rishi Sargam. This third was the Devarsi. Rishi Sarga means the Rishi, Sarga is the name of the Rishi. He appeared as a Rishi, sage, whose name was Sarga. And he appeared as the human being, like a Devarsi Narada, who was always moving around the world in a single string instrument, Narada Rishi. We read the Narada Bhakti Sutra, said that Narada manifested as Narada. And what he did in that incarnation, preached the devotional doctrine of Pancharatra, which lifts man from the bondage of karma. We are steeped in karma, people got engaged, involved into karma. To lift them, then God came in the form of Narada, or you call the Rishi Sarga. Sarga is the name of the Rishi, not Swarga. Swarga is heaven. Sarga, S-A-R-G-A, Sarga. Sarga is the name.
Sarga also means like paragraph.
Huh?
It also
But here is the Rishi. Here is the Rishi Sarga. So Rishi Sarga means the name of the Rishi, one Rishi. And he incarnated as Narada with a single stringed instrument, talking the glory of the Lord, and then uplifted the mind of people. Now the fourth, this is the third manifestation. Fourth manifestation, Tritiyam Rishi Sarga. Turje dharma kala sarge naro narayana brishi. The fourth time he was born of Dharma. Dharma means Prajapati, the founder, the creator God, as one twin rishis. They are called Nara and Narayana. Nara and Narayana. Who is Nara Narayana? Thakur said. Nara Narayana. Swamiji was Nara Narayana. In the same body, he is a Nara and Narayana. Yeah. So he says that the fourth time he was born of Dharma Prajapati as the twin rishi known as Nara and Narayana. And what they did, who practiced austerities of extreme severity and who maintained the absolute serenity and poise of mind, who made the mind of the people peaceful. Then came another, Panchamaha Kupilo Namo Siddhesho Kalavil Viplutam. The fifth time, the manifestation is he, same Mahavishnu, with Brahma's power, appeared as Kapila. Kapila, who is Kapila? Kapila is the Sankha, the Sankha philosophy, founder of Sankha philosophy is called Kapila. So he appeared as Kapila, the most noted among the enlightened ones. He was the most knowledgeable person and imparted through Asuri a restatement of the forgotten philosophy of Sankha. Sankha philosophy, which people forgot. So he came to preach that Sankha philosophy as Kapila, dealing with the differentiation of categories and intellectual intuition. He says Purusha Prakriti, this philosophy, again he established. Sankha philosophy, those we read, we know. এখানে কি বলছে দেখো? The sixth time, that is Saste Atre apatattam britam prapto unusuyaya. The sixth time he incarnated again as Dattatreya, the offsprings of Atri Rishi by Anusuya, and instructed Alarka, Prahlada, and others in the knowledge of the Atma. So, sixth time he appeared, Dattatreya Rishi. We hear these names. In India, if you go, there are places of Dattatreya Rishi. So he appeared as Dattatreya Rishi. Who is Dattatreya? Dattatreya is the offspring of Atri and Anuswa. Atri Rishi and Anuswa is the wife of Rishi Anuswa. There is, oh, don't bring more complication here. Make it simple. Atri and Anuswa.
One of the sages of the
Saptarshi, okay. And instructed Alarka. And then he, the Dattatreya, instructed another sage, Alarka, Prahlada. Prahlada, we know that what is called Hiranyakashipu, son of Hiranyakashipu. And others in the knowledge of Allah, and then they gave the knowledge to them. And the seventh time, Saptamam Akutya Rucher Jaggo Abhyajayatu. For the seventh time, he incarnated as Jagna. Jagna means the sacrificial fire. The son of Ruchi and his wife. The seventh time God incarnated again as Jagna, the son, as a son of their mother's name is Ruchi. Ruchi is the father's name, and his wife is Akuti. And held sway as Indra over the whole period of Manu, Swayambhuva, along with the species of devas known as Jamas. Anyhow, the eighth manifestation is incarnation that was called Rishabha. What is Rishabha? Who is Rishabha? Son of mother and father is Navi and Meru. Why they incarnated? For demonstrating the way of the Paramahamsas, superior to all states of life. Then in that incarnation, eighth incarnation, his name was Rishabha. Astame Merudebhyam to Naver Jatam Urukrama. So here, in the eighth time, he appeared as the Rishabha, and who is the father of from their parents, Navi and Meru, and for demonstration of the Paramahamsas. How the Paramahamsas, people who are liberated, will live in the world and walk and move. Superior to all states of life. Paramahamsa state is the highest state. That's why Ramakrishna is called Paramahamsa. He lives in the state like a child, totally free from all impurities of the world and worldliness. At the request of this rishi, he incarnated himself ninth time. Ninth incarnation, as his name was the Emperor Prithu. This incarnation is noteworthy for the fact that as Prithu, he milked out the earth, all her hidden resources. So it is the Prithu incarnation of God's manifestation. He brought out all the earth, all the hidden resources. When the deluge took place in Chakshu Manavatara, this is another incarnation, that is the 10th manifestation. He took the form of the divine fish, we know Matsavata, and he saved the Vaivasvata by hauling the boat whose shape the earth had taken, and in which Vishwata was seated. 16th verse says, his 11th incarnation was as the tortoise. What is called? Tortoise. So, fish avatar, then came tortoise avatar. on whose back rested the Mandara mountain, which is used as a churning rod when the Devas and Asuras churn the milk ocean. So he appeared like that to help the gods to win over the demons, like churning the ocean. Then in his 12th incarnation, that is verse number 17.
There
Ah,
are only 10.
now it is 20. Here is 20, 23. Here we'll know 23. And then afterwards, this Bhagavatam will say Asankhya. In this creation goes on for billions and trillions of years. So how can it be only once? How can it be 12? Then creation stops. No, so long creation will be there, so long disturbance will be there, so long downfall will happen, and he will have to come again himself to correct the situation.
And the avatar in tortoise community will be different than avatar from human community.
God knows. These have some significance, I do not know. Tortoise in incarnation. In his 12th incarnation, he became Dhanvantari, who merged with nectar from the milk of ocean. And in the 13th incarnation, he presented himself as Mohini, the charming maid, to infatuate the Asuras and help the Devas consume the nectar. In the 14th incarnation, he assumed the form of the man-lion, Narasimha, and tore open chest the power of Asura with the nails, just as map maker splits the reed at his disposal. Now 19 verse says, assuming the form of a dwarf, Vamana avatar, in his 15th incarnation, he approached Bali in his sacrificial hall to ask for 3 feet of land, but really to take back the 3 worlds from him. So, to destroy the pride of Bali, the god appeared in the form of a dwarf person. And he said, what do you want? Bali was a great soul. He will not refuse anybody to his gift. Whatever anyone asks, he will give. So to break his pride, the Lord appeared. And seeing that Brahmana in a dwarf person, he said, what do you want? I don't want anything. I want only 3 steps of land. 3 steps of land? Take whatever you like. The whole earth you can take. So in 1 feet, he took all the earth. The entire earth was covered by 1 feet. He became big. And the another feet, all the heavens and heavenly abode, another feet. Then he said, where shall I keep my 3rd feet? Then he said, okay, put on my head.
Yeah.
So that is that type of story is for the this incarnation. In this 16th incarnation, he, as Parashuram, effaced the tribe of Kshatriyas from the earth in 21 campaign, being mighty angry with them for their persecution of holy men. Because the kings became very arrogant and they killed the holy people. So his father was also killed. So he made the whole world out of all the warriors class, Kshatriyas. Next, 17th, verse number 21. Next born was Parasara in Satyavati as Ved of Vyasa. As the Vyasadeva, we know him. So it is the 17th manifestation. And he, in his 17th incarnation, divided the tree of Vedas. Vedas were not organized. So he collected the tree of Vedas into 4 segments, either into several branches to suit the diminished intelligence of man. People forgetting, so he came back to revive the Vedic wisdom. Taking the human birth afterwards in a royal family as Ramachandra. And he then again was born in the next incarnation as Lord Rama. He achieved the purposes of the gods and devas, namely the destruction of the Ravana. The purpose of Deva is to destroy the demon. So that time demon was Ravana. So same Parasurama was born as Rama and to destroy Ravana, in the course of which he performed many wonderful acts as bridging the ocean and the like. He made the bridge, the Ceylon to Kanyakumari. No, what is that? Rameswaram. Rameswaram to Ceylon. Even now there is a bridge. To the satellite, they found that there is a bridge under. But there is certain length. Even you can go into the ocean. How much? Few miles, no? But that stones are floating as it were. But that type of floating, how they bridge that with the stone over the bridge is a miraculous thing. That's why he did that, in the course of which he performed, Ramachandra performed many wonderful acts of bridging the ocean and the like. In the 19th incarnation and 20th incarnation, he took birth as Balarama and Krishna. Balaram, elder brother, and Krishna, both are avatar. In the Jodu's family, in order to lighten the burden of the earth, because there's what Kamsa and others were tormenting the world. So always there will be somebody to disturb, and God will have to come and kill them. But again, the tamas quality, the rajas quality will generate again another demon. So God will have to come again and again. And why he thought that I will only create good things? But no.
Yeah, why didn't he just create good stuff?
He
Save
said
all
that,
the trouble.
yeah, because if he creates only good, there is no charm, there is no play, there is no fun. You go to a movie and see all the only love and dancing, singing going on. How many people love that? There will be anger, there will be emotion, there will be frustration, there will be fighting, in between, and then in between love, in between dancing, then people will enjoy. And those type of movie sells more. So similarly, God created only good, but no, yes, the Saktika quality good, Rajasa quality little
Action.
name, form, power, position, Tamasa violent, vigorous, bad, right? And to kill them
So he
again.
can come as Corona incarnation.
Yeah, Corona incarnation, yes. It is he, nothing else. According to the scripture, there is no other thing, it's only God. Okay, then when the Iron Age, it's the Iron Age, we live in the Iron Age, Kali Yuga. When the Iron Age of Kali advances, he will be born as Buddha in Gaya, Baba. Verse number 24 of the Bhagavad says that third chapter, 28 verse 24th verse says, then when 24th verse says, Tatoh kalo samprabhavite sammohayo suradvisham buddho namna janasuto kikoteshu bhavishyati. Then when the Iron Age of Kali advances, there will be born as Buddha in Gaya, in the land of the Kikatas, as the son of Anjana, in order to delude the enemies of the devas. 25th verse says that is the 21st incarnation. Next, towards the close of the age of Kali. Now we are in the close of the age of Kali. That's why so much disturbance, so much bad things. Yeah, worst period we are going through. So next, towards the close of the age of Kali, by which time the king should have degenerated. The kings means there is no king anymore, but those powerful people of each country, ruling people, go to Korea and go to China, go to Taliban, go to this, everywhere you'll find what is going on. It's the end of Kali. And he said, next was the close of the age of Kali, by which time kings should have degenerated into many mere ma- marauders. He, the Lord, will be born as Kalki, the son of Brahmana, named Vishnu Yasa. He will be born as the son of Vishnu Yasa. His name will be Kalki. Is Kalki avatar. That incarnation's name will be Kalki. That is the 21st. There is no limit. Now they say, 26th verse says, don't get tired with it. Avatara hi asankhya hare satya nidhur dija. So he says, innumerable are the descents, avatars of Lord Hari, who is absolutely pure in his essence. They are the numerous as waterways streaming out of the perennial lake. So there are numerous as the waterways streaming to the perennial source. So many. So avatars also so many. The rishis like Manu, rishis, Manus, the sons of Manus, and the powerful Prajapatis, all are colors or particles of Hari. Kola, not kala, kola.
The rishis are what?
Rishis are only a part of that avatar. Rishis, Munis, and the Manus, they are only part of Lord Hari. 28 says, while all these are the parts of the particle of the Supreme Being, Krishna is He, Bhagavan Himself. Here comes the word, very popular, all we know, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, 28 verses. Ete Chanchakala Punsham Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. All the incarnations have been said, they are only little manifestation, little. But Krishna, when he was born, the fullest manifestation of Bhagavan. Krishna is the full revelation of the Lord, while the others come from the age to age for the relief of the world from the suffering caused by particular sets of asuras. Whoever reflects devotedly on this most inscrutable mystery of the manifestation of Hari as incarnation will attain freedom from the misery of samsara. So, what is all this means? Describing all this, say, you go and surrender to Krishna, the Lord, pure God. All are there, His power, little power manifestation, but He is the full power, where jnana, bhakti, dhyana, karma, all reached its highest. People can follow that path and get the path to freedom from all bondage. Now, the 30th verse says, the mystery of the one and the many. Now, one has become many then. What is one? One is the Brahman, and he is becoming many. And becoming many means gods are coming, demons are coming. All these difficulties are coming, and God is again and again coming in different forms. So, one and many, who are, what is this? The 30th verse starts there. In the Supreme Being, who is the pure and formless spirit, talking about Vedanta. You know, do you talk about bhakti and everything, but they are based on Brahman. Without Brahman, you cannot talk about any creation. So it says, in the Supreme Being, that Supreme Being, who is the pure and formless spirit. God is without form, formless. And he says, is the pure, most pure. That his own power, Maya, fabricates all forms which are evolutes, like Mahatattva and the other categories. He creates, he becomes the buddhi, intelligence, he becomes the mind, he becomes the senses, he becomes the sense organs, like that. Just like passing clouds against the sky and formation of dust against the wind, objectively is attributed to the pure subject by the ignorant. No? We see some dust and dirt, wind, and they're making a formation of the sky. We see that is like, people imagine the sky In children mostly, it's a demon. It looks like a demon. It looks like a god. Like that, God created this universe by his Maya Shakti. Distinct from the gross body, there is the Jiva. Distinct from this physical body, there is a Jiva. Jiva means who is a causal body, who goes from one body to other body. When he died, that subtle body goes away, subtle and causal body. So distinction from the gross body, there is the jiva, the transmigrating spirit, which forms is more of subtle essence of matter and is therefore imperceptible to the senses, yet which has to be accepted as transmigrating from life to life, providing a form to the pure spirit. Pure spirit, which is all the time there, but pure spirit gathering by the Maya's power, becoming identified with this body, senses, etc. Looks like this, but he is separate from the physical body. You see, Vedanta says, I'm not the body, not the mind. And Bhagavat is saying, you are the spirit. Because of the desires and other things, so many formation starts in the sky. You see, there is one formation here, another formation there, another formation there. It is like that. So it appears, but it is not in real. See, Vedanta, Vedanta, Vedanta. Distinct from the ghost body, there is the Jiva. Jiva, who is Jiva? The transmigrating spirit. In this, when the body drops, body remains here. But one goes out and takes another birth, another birth. So that content, very fine, subtle content, that is called the Jiva, whose form is made of the subtle essence of matter. How? 5 subtle elements can create this body, no? What? Earth, theatre, Kshiti, Op, Tej, Marut, Bam, earth, water, fire, air, space. So these are the 5 elements, subtle element. What you understand when you are dreaming? You eat dream water. Dream water is not the same water here. It's water, but it's subtle water. There you also breathe in your dream. Not this. This is going on in the physical body. But your dream body, you are perspiring, panting for breath. That is a subtle layer. So with the subtle elements, that body is created. And therefore imperceptible. So that's why we cannot see to this physical eye that body. It is gross. It is very subtle. And yet which is to be accepted as the transmigrating from life to life, providing a form to the pure spirit. So pure spirit which has no form, pure Atman which has no form, but it takes a form because of this. 33rd verse, when both these bodies, the gross and the subtle, fabricated on the Atman capital by ignorance, are sublated to the awareness of their base, that is the realization of Brahman. It is when Maya, the power of the Lord, which functions as both avidya and vidya, for binding and liberating, is pleased to function as vidya, the jiva attains supreme enrichment, which is nothing but abiding in its own glory as the spirit, the pure being, consciousness, and bliss. So it says, as and when the Maya, the power of the all this is happening by the power of Maya. As Vedanta says, the same thing. The power of the Lord. What is the Maya? Maya is the power of the Lord. Vedanta says Sakti, Brahma Shakti. It's the power of the Lord. When the power of the Lord, and how the power of the Lord works? In one is called Avidya, another is called Vidya. Ramakrishna said in Gospel we read, Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. You can match everything. Vidya means which leads you to knowledge. Avidya means that takes you to the world and worldliness. So Maya functions in 2 directions, Vidya and Avidya. One is liberating, one is binding. Is pleased that then you have to do one thing. You have to please this Maya. Oh Baba, I don't want to play anymore. Ma, please, please, please. Huh? I don't want good play. I don't want bad play. I want to be in my own self. Khelite jabo na har. I have played long in the world, sometimes like a knowledgeable person, sometimes like a fool, sometimes like a broom, tormented by the circumstances. I don't want to play anymore. When you say that, you have to pray to Ma, Maha Maya, Maya Sakti. And Vidya attains the supreme enrichment. Then by the prayer, by surrendering to Maya or Mahamaya, that I don't want to play anymore, your good, enlightening side or bondage side. Free me from bondage, free me from liberation. I want you. That's the point. When you offered the fruits to God, you say, I don't want this, I don't want that. Make me your own. So that idea, which is nothing but abiding. What is that? Abiding in his own glory as the spirit. That means come back to your own spirit as pure being and consciousness. Satchidananda, pure being and consciousness. So we end here, time is up. So we read from verse number 35 next day. Okay? That means God manifests himself in several ways. That is the point of what we read today. And among them, those who are fortunate, they can worship God in a Saktika manifestation. What is Saktika manifestation? Where only love, purity, and no expectation of what you call power, position, being a king, I'll rule the world, nothing as such thing. And that is the desire comes, then you worship God. How will you do? He has two Shakti, Maya Shakti, and Maya Shakti manifests as one in Avidya, takes us to ignorance, and another takes us to knowledge. So go beyond this to you have to pray, Oh Ma, please help me to get out of this too. Okay? So that's all today.
Today's date, 12 October.
You want to get out of Vidya Maya too.
Vidyamaya too, because Vidyamaya is good, but Vidyamaya also minds.
Right.
Because you have to be expecting something else to liberation. Could you please say, Acha, we end the class here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Panamastu. Okay, now we are little question answer. So one question has come. Could you please say in Advaita language, what is the relationship of the Jiva to Brahman? Neither created nor incarnated seems correct. Yes, relationship, there is no relationship. When you say it is Brahman, there is no world. For us, both are there, but world is more here. Brahman is a concept. We think because books are talking about that. But I have no idea of that. When you have Brahma Jnana, then the world will go away. There is no world. So, in Vedantic language, what is the relationship of the Jiva and Brahman? Jiva is the ignorant state under Maya. Brahman in the ignorant state. Just this is the definition. What is Jiva? Jiva is Brahman in the ignorant state under the spell of Maya. Thinks, I am this. This is my house. This is my possession. This is my friend. This is my enemy. So that. So, and now your last point, what you have said, that neither created nor incarnated seems correct. Yes, neither created nor incarnated. That is the ultimate truth. If you go to the Brahman state, who is created? What is the question of creation? Creation comes when you are in the duality. I am here I see this creation. Naturally, I think somebody has created. But if anyone can just this moment connect himself into the tune like Ramakrishna, going into Samadhi, where is this world? Who has created? Where is bondage? Where is freedom? All these questions vanish there. There comes Ajatavada. That world is not at all created. There is no world at all. It is our problem. We are in ignorance and we are ignorantly thinking this is the reality and that is there and I have to get out of that. There is no such, it's all dream. It's all false perception. And that is giving us the idea of reality. Okay? Thank you. No question. Very good. So if you have anything, no, that's good. So we end here. We'll see you in the class 7:30 in the evening with the Shanti Gita. Shanti Gita, that is also the Gita by Bhagavan Krishna.
Song of peace.
Song of peace given to the Arjuna again when his son was killed on the 13th day in the war. Abhimanyu was killed. So that advice is almost like Bhagavad Gita. We read that at 7:30 in the evening today. Thank you all.
Thank you.